playing tennis, you swing at the ball, and the ball goes flying out. That's happened to me many times. That's because I wasn't hitting it right. The correct way to hit a ball is to use a forehand. So I will teach you how to do that. There are many parts to a forehand, including the grip, the footwork, the swing, and then putting them all together. Hitting a forehand is an integral shot to hit the ball in hard and win points. You can't hit the ball right if you don't hold the racket correct. The correct way to hold the racket is a continental grip. A continental grip happens with the thumb and the index finger making this V on this flat spot right here, as if when you hold it out, the strings will be pointing to the net. And the second part of a grip is you can't hold it too tight because you won't be able to turn your wrist correct, and you can't be too flimsy because you might drop your racket or could turn in your hand. So once you learn your hands, you have to know what to do with your feet. This part for me hurts, but that's probably just the arthritis, so there's nothing to worry about. For footwork, you gotta stay on the balls of your feet, and then get to where you're gonna go, and get to that split step. A split step is like an athletic stance, where you're not facing the net, but you're not looking away from the net. You're on like a diagonal, so you can get that hip motion that is desired. After you learn that part, you have the next part, which is the hardest part, but it is also the most important. And it's so worth it once you get it down because the swing is so satisfying. The first part of a swing is meeting the ball. You want to meet the ball level with your waist, like this, and you want your arm extended, not like a T-Rex, and you want to meet the ball in the middle of the strings. The second part of the swing is what to do with the wrist. So you start your swing with your palm facing the net, and when you finish the swing, your palm will face the ground, so it looks something like that. And then the third part of the swing is the follow-through. You take your left arm and your right arm, you just whip them to the side. You want your racket to end somewhere near your head, not above it, not below it, so it goes in the middle, and not to the net or way out. Once you learn these three mechanisms, you want to put them together. You have to make sure you remember each part, but don't worry, I'll remind you. You have your grip, which is continental, where your strings face the net. You have your footwork, where you're on the balls of your feet and you're getting to that split stance. And then you have the swing, where you're putting the ball in. It will look something like this. Using these three skills in tandem will allow you to hit a good forehand. Hitting a forehand is an integral shot to hit the ball in hard to win points. You have to use your hands in the continental grip, which allows you to connect to the ball the correct way. Use your feet to get to the ball and get to your split stance. Use your swing to put the ball in, and then putting them all together. So the next time you swing the racket, you'll hear that crisp sound of the racket hitting the ball and the sweet feeling of defeating your opponent.